Shop. I'm Steve. Today I'm going to bring you a preview for Valhalla, where we Viking warriors sending our courageous comrades to, well, Valhalla. Be aware that what I'm going to show you are Kickstarter preview components, so these may change in the final production. With that said, let's get started. I'm going to be showing you the solo version for Valhalla. In this game, we are fighting against one of many bosses. In this case, I've chosen to fight against Fenrir. If we can go through and defeat all the cards in this deck, we win the game. And in this game, we are all playing as Jarls. So there's a big deck of Jarls, and you can pick between which one you want. And in this game, I'm going to play as Osk for this playthrough. And we'll be hiring different Viking warriors and see who can take down this big beast. So I'll just take our Jarl card and put it right here for now. But how do we lose this game? Well, we lose the game if we lose all 4 of our shields, which represents essentially our health in the game, or if we run out of cards in this big Viking deck. This is where we're going to recruit our Viking warriors to attack Fenrir. And that's going to be placed here. Since we are playing a solo game, we need to adjust the number of cards in this deck to account for the difficulty. So I'm going to discard 40 cards from the deck and place it directly in the discard pile. If you play with more players, this deck doesn't change as much. Next step, we'll draw our starting hand of 6 cards right here. And you can actually mulligan these, but I actually like these cards. And then you'll need to grab a number of dice out in the middle of the board. So we'll need 6 dice for us, 6 dice for the enemy, and 3 extra dice. I'll just add those 3 white dice there. Here's the Jarl I've chosen to play with for this game, Osk. Jarls have 2 abilities, one on top and one on bottom of this descriptor. In this case, this one means we can use one or the other. Some other Jarls, like this fella here, has a plus sign, which means you can use both of them each round. But in the case of the Jarl I chose, it says once per battle, you may discard a card to flip a X in your pool to any chosen side. So what that means is we'll be rolling these dice to activate our Vikings, and on each of these dice there is an X, which basically means it's a wasted die roll. So this specific Jarl lets me use those wasted rolls to change it to any side I need. These are 2 of the cards you'll see in the deck. You'll see a Viking Warrior card on the left, or an event card on the right. The Viking Warriors have a strength in the top left corner, and they may have a special ability below that which modifies that strength. The spaces below that will be where you can place your dice to activate them. And that's how you gain the strength in a battle. And the bottom corner down here shows you how many victory points you gain when you send them to Valhalla. Now the tactics card on the right, they have a symbol showing you what type of tactics card they are. And then down here in the bottom, they show you what they actually do. They actually describe it in words. That's basically the 2 types of cards you'll see. And these 2 cards I have in my hand, in addition to a number of other Viking cards. So with that said, I think we're ready to get started. Enough for preamble, let's send some warriors to Valhalla. Okay, so to start the game, we can do an action, and we have 4 actions available to us. We can play 1 warrior from my hand. We can play 2 warriors from my hand, but the combined strength cannot exceed 3. Or we can battle. That's going to choose to battle a player, or in this case, we'll be battling the boss here. Or we can draw 2 cards from the deck and discard 1. So in this case, I'm going to decide to play 2 warriors from my hand. I have a strength level 2 and a strength level 1 warrior. So that's been my first action. So that's the first phase of the game. The second phase of the game, you just draw 2 cards from this deck. You discard 1 of them. Now normally in the competitive version, it'll be next player's turn, but in this game, we add an extra phase, and that's the boss turn. The boss turn is pretty simple. All we do is gather the boss dice, and I've chosen to allocate the red dice to be for the boss, and we roll them. And then what we do is we take all the dice, and we look at what they rolled. And we're looking to see if any of these dice faces match the activation spots on this boss. In this case, Fenrir is looking for axes, and fortunately, we rolled 0 axes. So that's all they do. And then we can go on to the next phase of the game. Next phase, I'm not feeling comfortable with only 3 strength out there. I want to bump that up. So I think I'm going to lay down, let's lay down a big guns. I'm going to lay down the 6 strength warrior. Then I need to draw 2 cards, discard 1 of them. And I am going to discard this guy here, and then we'll move straight into the boss turn again. Let's have the boss roll these dice. And let's see, looks like they rolled 1 axe and 2 axes. So that's great news. Already, Fenrir is rearing his head and engaging us. So what we need to do is try to defend ourselves. How we do that is we roll the dice. So I'll roll the black dice, which is our dice. And we'll see how we can use these dice in this battle. Okay, let's see what we can do with these dice. We need to meet or exceed the 7th strength of Fenrir. So what I decided we can do is we can use a shield, an axe, and then I'm going to use our Jarl's ability to once per turn this axe into a spear because we don't have a spear. And that will activate this 6 strength warrior. We can also use this bow to activate this 2 strength warrior. So then we have the 8 strength we need to defend against the attack. If you successfully defend against an attack, you can send any or all of the warriors you activated to Valhalla. In this case, I don't think I want to send the 6 strength guy yet. I kind of want to keep him out there just in case. And I'll send just this 2 strength guy to Valhalla. What that's going to do is going to add 1 victory point to our victory display. And in a co-op or solo game, the victory points are added as strength points for the rest of the game. So the more warriors I send to Valhalla, the bigger strength bonuses we'll get throughout the game. So right now we'll have 1 strength added to our strength total for the rest of the game. And then what we do is we take the dice on the warrior or on the boss, and we take him off so that he can attack again maybe later. Then we move on to the next phase of the game. Now, when you send your card to Valhalla, you place him in the slide slot here. But for the purposes of playthrough, I think I'll make it a little bit easier myself, and it's sometimes hard to keep track of these numbers. Instead, I'm going to use this counter from a different game. You might know what it is, just to keep track of those guys. So I'll set this counter to 1, and we'll go up from there. So let's go ahead and jump to our next phase of the game. So I clear all of these dice off the board, and I'm going to play. I think we need to replace our fallen comrade with his twin brother. So we'll add another one of those guys to the board. And we'll draw 2 cards and keep 1. I am going to keep this one here. And let's go ahead and move straight into the boss battle. So let's roll the dice for the boss. And oh my goodness, he attacked again with 2 axes. So let's see what we can do with our dice roll. Let's roll these guys and see what happens. Okay, this is a little tricky to figure out what to do with it. I think what I want to do is I want to keep one of these axes. I want to keep one of these spears. So that's going to be really close to activating this guy here. The rest of the dice, I could keep a sword potentially, and maybe I'll keep a sword for now. And then the rest of these dice don't really help me for what I need. I really need a shield. So in this game, you can toss a dice to reroll any other dice you want. So I'm going to reroll these 2 dice. And fortunately, we did not get the shield, but we did get this X. And if I don't use any rerolls, which I did, unfortunately, I can't discard. I have to discard a card, and I think I'll do so. Let me discard a card from my hand, and discard a card over here. We can turn this X to any side we want. I'm going to turn it to a shield. So that means we can activate this 6 strength warrior and this 2 strength warrior for 8 plus 1, 9 strength. So again, we defended successfully. If we did defend it successfully, we lose a shield. We also lose cards off the top of the deck, but the main thing is we don't lose those shields. And like the turn before, I could send any of these guys to Valhalla. I still am not feeling comfortable quite yet with a 6 strength guy, so I'll send just this 2 strength guy. Because he wanted to follow his brother to the afterlife, so we'll send him out there too. We'll increase our counter to 2. And with that, let's go ahead and clear off our dice, and we'll move to the next phase. Oh, and the monster clears too. So I keep replacing with the brothers. Apparently that's not working. I'll replace with, I don't know, it's like his cousin or something. So this 3 strength warrior. Now I'll draw 2 cards, and we'll discard one of them. And I like one of these guys. I see. I don't like this other guy so much, so I'll add him there. Okay, let's see what the boss does. Roll his dice. And looks like the boss, fortunately, is giving us a little break. He's tired of attacking us, apparently, and did not roll any of the axes he needed. So we can go ahead and move straight into our next turn again. And I think what I need to do, I need to get more points to Valhalla. I'm going to send another 2 strength warrior here. And now that this is full, we cannot play any more warriors. I will draw 2 cards and choose which one I want to keep. And I'll keep one of those guys. And let's see what the boss does. The boss, again, did not roll any axes. So he is not attacking us. So now we can move into the next phase of the game. So now I've got choice here. I can't play any more warriors. I can either draw 2 cards from the deck and discard 1, or I can go ahead and battle him. If I battle him and I'm successful, we can move to the next card. And I think, what's the worst going to happen, right? Let's see what happens when we battle. So, battle, same thing. I'm going to take all my dice and I'm going to go ahead and roll them. Okay, let's see what I got. Looks like I've got an axe I needed, so that's great. Looks like I got a spear I needed, so that's also great. And the shield. Oh, this is really good. So I've got, that's what I needed to activate him. I can activate the spearman, so that's good. And these other ones I can't really use. Oh, actually, I lied. If I don't do any rerolls, which I can choose to do, I can turn this die to a shield. I think I'll go ahead and do that. And this way, I'm activating 3 Vikings. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 to his 7. Totally destroyed Fenrir. Well, didn't destroy him. Critically wounded is what they use. He's critically wounded. So we get rid of this card out of the game. And all the warriors I used activated in this victory get sent to Valhalla. So we add our strength up by 5. So we're going from, 2 plus 4. I can't do math apparently. to 6. So we added 6 points to our victory display there. And then we go to the next phase. I draw 2 cards and discard one of them. And I am going to choose to keep, let's see. Let's get rid of that guy. Put this one in my hand. And now it's the boss turn. Boss is going to attack us. So we're going to roll these dice. And now he's looking for bows. He does have 1 bow. Got 1 bow here. Oh, he does have 2 bows. Oh boy. Good thing I sent all those guys to Valhalla. So Fenrir is very angry at us. He's attacking with a strength of 12. He has a special ability. It says, Purple Clan special abilities don't count towards battle strength. So if you had any of these guys, I'll show you this guy for example. He's a purple card. His special abilities don't count. So you can't use the bonuses for battle strength against him. So I have 6 strength to start. I can only generate, unfortunately, 3 strength. And now this is where you can play those tactic cards to really help you. Unfortunately, I do not have any tactic cards, so I'm definitely going to lose this battle. But what I can do is I can try to activate him anyway. If I activate him, I can send him to Valhalla. So let's go ahead and roll the dice anyway, see what we get. So I need an axe, which I do have, and I don't have a bow. But I can choose not to reroll any dice and turn this X into a bow I need. Here's the bow. So what I can do is I can send this 3 strength guy to Valhalla anyway. That's going to increase our counter to 8, because he's got 2 victory points. And unfortunately, we have to get rid of some cards from the deck. So it's going to speed up the end game, and we also lose a shield. So that wasn't so good. Let's clear the dice off the board, and let's do a quick pause so I can look at what I need to do to recoup from this loss. So looking like I need to build another defense here, and I think probably the best way of doing that is laying down one of these 4 strength cards. So at least I activate him, I can tie it. So let's play that 1 card, and let's move on to drawing and discarding again. So I'll draw 2 cards and discard one of them. And let's get rid of, I need some tactics cards. So let's take this tactics card in my hand and see what the boss does. Come on, no bows, no bows, no bows! And hey, only 1. So if we roll any bows, we still add them to the card, and the rest of the dice don't do anything. We set them to the side. So at least he didn't activate yet. Going to our next phase, and I think I want to add his twin brother to the board. So I add those 2 guys to the board. I'll draw my 2 cards. Discard one of these, and let's go ahead and discard. Discard that card, I think. And let's move on to the boss turn. Boss is going to roll these 3 dice, and of course, got another bow. Great. So now we have to defend against this attack. So we will need to roll these 6 dice and see what we get. And it looks like we got... Well, I think we can probably work with this. Well, maybe. Let's see what we get. Okay. We have an axe here, so that's good. We don't have another axe. We do have the spear. So actually, we put the axe and spear in this guy. That'll activate him. So then we've got 8 plus a 4. That's enough. That's 12. Enough to defend. I think I'm okay with that. So we'll send this guy to Valhalla and successfully defend against that attack. He's got 1 victory point, so I have 1 more to our counter. Because our sense can put us at 9. Oh, I should state too that we had 8. 8 plus 4 to 12, so it's just enough to survive. So now we're at 9. And let's go ahead and move on to the next phase by clearing off these cards and playing another card. Now I got excited. I'm going to play this one here. This is a purple card, so the special abilities don't count towards the battle strength. But this one doesn't have any special abilities. What I really like about this one, got 3 victory points. So I'm hoping I can activate and send this one to Valhalla. That'll help boost our continuous counter quite a bit. So let me draw 2 cards and discard 1. Let's discard that one, and let's see what the boss man does. And you got 1 bow, but looks like only 1 bow. So cool, little breather. Back to our turns. Let's see. I think I'm gonna put down her twin. This is also another 3 victory point cards. I kind of like that. We'll try to get those added to our score. This should help us a lot. Draw 2, get rid of 1 of these. I'm gonna get rid of, that's a tough call. Get rid of that card actually. Okay, let's move on to the boss turn. So roll these 3 dice, these 5 dice. And, oh nice. Guess what? No bows. So, we can move on to our turn again. I am going to play this guy. I like this guy. This guy's kind of nice because he generates 2 victory points for very few dice. So, I'll draw 2 cards and keep 1. And let's get rid of that one. And let's see what happens with the boss. He's going to roll his dice. And, oh nice. He did not roll any bows. So he's not attacking us. Now it's our turn again. So now I have the choice. I can either attack him, or I can draw some cards. I think I'm going to take a quick break from battling. I want to draw some cards real quick. So, draw 2, keep 1 of them. Ooh, that's a tough call. I think I'm going to keep rid of that one. Okay. So now let's see what the boss does. He's going to roll his dice. Now I kind of want him to attack. And of course he's not going to attack. Okay, so now it's our turn. So now, yeah, let's see what happens. We've got 9 strength. We've got quite a bit of strength out here. I think we could beat him. So let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and attack for our action. So I'm going to roll these dice. See what we got. So, lay these out. Okay, so I took a quick look at this. I think we're fine. We already have 9 strength. We just have to beat or equal 12. So we don't need that much more strength. So what I think I can do with this is I can set 1 axe here, a shield here, and we don't have a bow, but I can use my special ability to turn this axe into the bow we need. Here's the bow. Here we go. And then we have 9 plus our 5 is 14. 14 being more than 12? Yeah, we totally took him down with that 1 warrior. Awesome. And we can send this warrior to Valhalla for 3 victory points. This can increase our counter to 12. There we go. Cool. And then what we do is we remove all the dice from Fenrir and we deal him critical wound. And onto his next phase. Well, now he has 18 strength and he needs 3 dice to activate his attacks. And I'll quick mention that these icons on the left side here are his warrior clan representation. So because you're not fighting against other warriors in this game, or other players in the game, some warriors refer to your opponent's clan members, what color clans they're in, and this represents how many clans he has and what types they are, so you can use some of the special abilities in the deck. Let's move on to the next turn. Okay, with the cards in my hand, I think I want to play a yellow clansman. I have an idea in mind. So I'm going to play this big 6 strength clansman. Then I'll draw 2. Keep 1, discard 1 of them. Let's do that. And then let's see what Fenrir does in response. Roll the dice, and we're looking for swords, and he rolled 0 swords. So he must be licking his wounds from our last battle. So now, I have some options here. I could try attacking again. And, what the heck? What's the worst that can happen? We have 12 strength. We only need 6 more to deal him another critical wound, and we have a 6 strength warrior out there. If I can activate him, or if I activate 2 of these guys, that wouldn't be so bad. So, let's see what happens. Let's roll these dice and see if we get the results we need. And looks like we didn't quite. Well, let's see. We've got a bow and a sword. It means I can activate him potentially, so that's cool. We have a shield. That's great for her. And we need a bow and we need a spear. We don't have a spear. We only have another bow and another sword. So, unfortunately, I can't activate both of them. This one only gives me 3. 3 plus 12 gives me 15. That's not quite enough. So, I need to figure out what I can do here. I need some different results if I can manage. And I can play some other cards in my hand to maybe make this work. But I'm trying to avoid that if all possible. What I think I'll do, I think it's about time to play a Taxes card. So I'm going to play one of these cards. This card lets me perform 2 rerolls with any dice from your pool. So, ideally, I kind of want to send... Well, it should be great to send. Let's see. I think I'll reroll these 2 dice. These 4 dice and see what happens. I really want a spear. Awesome. Got my spear. So that's great. So it's 5 plus my 12. It's 17. Well, 1 short. I just need to activate 1 more warrior. So let's see. I've got. Oh, you know what? We can make this work. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard a card from my hand because I did a reroll already. Discard this card from my hand. And I can change this X die to any dice I want. So I'm going to change that to a bow. Right here. So a bow and a sword. I activate both those warriors. So that's 8 attack plus my 12 is 20. I'm attacking against an 18. So yeah, another critical wound. Awesome. And our brave warriors get sent to Valhalla. 3 plus 2. So we add 5 victory points to our display. So we go from 12 all the way up to 17. Great. But now he's really mad. Now we are going against a 25 strength Fenrir. And his special ability says Ice Giant special abilities don't count towards battle strength. So what that means is I actually discarded one of these guys. Here's an Ice Giant. They generally let you put almost any type of dice in. They're kind of a wild card. And in a competitive game, they reduce dice from your opponent's pool. But in a cooperative or solo game, they actually add dice to your pool. So that's what these white dice set aside are for. If you ever activate Ice Giant, you get to add another dice and roll it to your pool. But I haven't really played one in this game for whatever reasons, kind of luck of the draw, so we haven't seen them. So that's what that means. So, with that said, I've got 2 Lonely Warriors. So, let's see what I draw. Hopefully I get some good stuff here. Oh, wow. Okay, I'll get that guy. And let's go ahead and see if the boss Fenrir attacks back. And he's looking for axes. He did get 1 of them. But fortunately, he only got 1. So he's not attacking this round, which is great because I'm not sure I'm ready to deal the 25 attack. So it's our turn again. I am going to play... We've got a couple choices here. Actually, I'm going to play two warriors. I'm going to play this 2 strength and 1 strength warrior. So they add up to 3. I can do that. Now, interesting about these ones, let's look at these warriors in a little closer detail. Okay, I kind of want to zoom into these warriors just to explain a little more of the game. So you see how there's some special abilities up here? So this special ability has a black person icon. That means it's referring to your own team. So if I have a clansman of the yellow clan, when I activate this person, she actually gets a bonus of +2 strength. So that's awesome because I do have 1 yellow clansman. But the second one behind under here says if you have 2 yellow clansmen, which I do, and I activate her, she gets +5 to her strength. So just 2 dice to give her 7 strength. That's awesome. Likewise, this warrior has a red icon. Red means your opponent. So if my opponent has any purple clansman, he gets a bonus of +3. So with the boss, if you look at his card, he actually has a purple, red, and yellow symbol here. So that means he does have a purple clansman. So if I activate him, he will actually be a +3 strength, which means Be a 1 dice, be a 4 strength warrior. So you can see how I'm trying to combo it together, trying to get some bigger attack. So let's see what happens now. Let's move on by drawing 2 cards and keeping one of them. And I will keep, let's see. Let's get that one. Okay, let's move on to boss turn. Fenrir will roll his remaining 5 dice. And looks like he did not roll any axes, so he will not be attacking us. Back to our turn. So now here's the option. We can attack if we want and try to take him out, which is risky, but I think we might just do that. Because we have 17. We need 8 more to do it. It's possible. But you know what? I'm worried about losing some of these guys and not having enough cards to respond. So I think this time I'm just going to draw 2 cards and keep one of them. Yep, I like what I saw there, and I'm going to do it again one more time. And you know what? That's probably okay. And then let's just see what the boss does. See if he's going to attack us. He did not roll any axes, so yeah, he's just sitting there, just scared of us. So we're not going to take this waiting around, of course. We're warriors. Let's charge into battle. Let's roll these dice and see what we get. Okay, looks like we get... Well, there's a lot of stuff here I can work with, so that's good. So we have 17 strength in our victory pool. We need 25 strength. So somehow we gotta figure out how to get that 8 strength we're missing. I think we could probably take advantage of these lower strength guys. That might be nice to do here. Or, well, let's see what we got here. So I need a shield and an arrow to activate her. She is already 7 strength. That's awesome. 7 strength, and we need just 1 more strength to make this work. We don't have any more bows. I can't activate him. I can activate someone else potentially. Let's see if we can make this work. If we do the axe, need a sword and a spear. We can activate him as well. So that's overkill. That'd be 7 and 6. Oh yeah, that's killer. We totally took him out. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's send both these to Valhalla, and let's. So that's gonna add 4 to our victory points. Oops, we go from 17 all the way up to 21. And let's go to his next card. Now he's at 34 strength. Oh boy. But now he needs 4 dice to activate. Also, one thing I didn't mention, every time you hit him, you clear off his board of cards. So, now we'll draw 2 cards. You keep one of them. And now I'm getting a little worried because we don't really have much strength out there. If he attacks us now, we're probably going to lose a shield. So let's hope he doesn't attack us now. And looks like he needs axes and swords. He did get 1 sword, but he didn't get any other. Oh, sorry, he did get 2 swords. So he didn't get the axes he needed to attack us. That's great. He's not attacking us this phase. So now I'm going to worry. 34 strength, and we can't use, and we use 1 less dice in battle. So now this is not looking good. We need to really figure out what we're going to do here. I think I'm going to send in a big boy here. Big 8 strength. So he requires 4 dice to activate, though, and we roll 1 less dice, so it's going to be hard to make that work. But if we activate him, I'm hoping to activate him just for his victory points, get him there, so we'll see what happens. I'll draw 2 cards and keep one of them. I'm really, at this point... Ooh, okay. I'll keep that card, so that's great. I'm looking for tactics cards to help us in the pinch. So let's roll the boss dice, see what we get. Not looking for axes. Oh, great. He rolled his 2 axes he needed. So he is attacking us this turn. So one of the other changes in the solo game is this tactics card. This tactics card has a broken helmet on it. And it says, use this card if you're the attacker. Defender can't use the Jarl's special ability in battle. Now, obviously that doesn't work in this solo version because we're not attacking Jarls. But in a solo game, it lets you use this ability to cancel any special abilities of the boss. So the boss says you use 1 less dice in battle. We'll go ahead and play this card so I can use all 6 dice because, you know what? With that 34 attack coming, I think I'm going to need it. So let's see what happens. I already have 21 battle strength. Let's roll our dice and see what we get. So I did an awesome roll. My awesome roll, I mean, totally whiffed. Oh my gosh, I rolled 3 X's. That's horrible. and really nothing I can use to activate stuff. So this is looking horrible. Um, I think what I need to do, yeah, let's go ahead and play a reroll card. I'm gonna play his tactics card to reroll 2 rerolls with any dice from your dice pool. You know what? I think I'm just gonna keep this 1 shield, and I'm gonna reroll the rest of them, so I can reroll these twice. Much better. Let's see. I really want the swords, so I don't see any of the bows I need. So I really want to send. Okay. So then I reroll the rest of these again one more time. So those are my 2 rerolls. Okay. So I have 2 swords, which is great. I have a shield. I don't have the bow I need here. I do have those 2 here. Okay, so now I activated him. He's got 4 strength. I only have 21 strength. I'm 1 short from activating him. What I think I'll do, I'll play another tactics card to take 2 additional dice and roll them. Add 1 to my dice pool. So I'm looking for a bow. And of course, I did not roll a bow, so that's horrible. So, man, I think I'm going to toss one of these and re-roll the rest of them. Again, did not get what I needed. Okay. Hail Mary, go for the bow. Okay, got an X, which is bad, but not exactly. I can toss a card from my hand, which I will do, for my special ability, which I haven't used yet, and I can turn that into a bow. So that's great. So now, I have 8 plus 4, so that's our 12 attack. 12 plus our 21 already is 33, which is a little bit short, unfortunately. But what I can do is I have a plus 2 strength in my hand. So that'll boost us over the threshold of what we need. Phew! Oh my goodness, I threw a lot of resources at it, but we defended that attack. So now after defending that attack, we can send any of our Viking warriors to Valhalla. And as much as I like this 8 strength die, he takes a lot of resources to use. I'm going to send him to Valhalla for a 3 points there. So add 3 more to our victory points. So up to 24. And I'm not going to send him to Valhalla yet. Cool. Clear his pool. And then let's go ahead and start our next turn. So lay down this guy. He's a little bit easier to activate. And let's go ahead and draw 2 cards and keep one of them. Okay, now it's the enemy's turn. So let's roll his dice and see what he does. Hopefully, he does not activate because I'm not sure he can withstand another attack like that. So he has 2 swords, which is not good. But he doesn't get his axe yet, so that's fine. Our next turn, we can play a card, which actually I can't. I don't have any more Vikings in my hand. So first action, I will draw 2, keep one of them. Looking for some Vikings. I don't like either of these really. Toss that one, I guess, and then draw 2, keep 1. Let's see what the boss does. Please stay away from us. Awesome. Okay, he is not attacking us. So it's now our next turn, and I'm going to lay down this card here. So this card has a special ability to activate. If you have a clan of 3 strength, he gets plus 2 to strength. If a clan of 4, which we do, he gets plus 5 to his strength. So that's awesome. That's going to help us a lot. So he only requires 1 dice to activate. Okay, so then we draw 2, keep 1. I'm looking for some help here because we're going to need all the help we can get. Let's see what he does. And he rolls 1 axe, but not the other axe. So he's still not attacking, so that's good. So now it's our turn. I think it's time for us to attack. I don't have a lot of strength I was hoping to see. But we have 24. We need 10 attack coming out there. Man, this is going to be tough. We can activate him for 5, potentially. We can activate him for another 5. We're rolling 1 less dice. Do have a trick up my sleeve, but not many. Oh, what the heck. What's the worst that can happen, right? So, let's go ahead and try attacking. So, we're going to roll 5 dice only. And see what we get. Let's move this one out of the way so I don't try to use it. Okay, we need shields. That's good. Spear, so that's good for him. We have the axe. We don't have the sword. Oh man. Okay, so we need a sword. Let's go ahead and toss one of these dice and see if we can get that sword. Hail Mary! Hail Mary! Nope. Got a bow. Okay. Well, so we're in a little bit of trouble here. I don't have the cards I need to really achieve that 34 attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate this guy over here. It's kind of a weird choice, and I think I might as well activate this guy over here. And that's going to not enough attack, but what I can do, actually it doesn't matter if I attack him. I'm going to activate just this guy really. And I can send one of our warriors to Valhalla. So I'm going to send him to Valhalla for 1 more point. And then what we do is we discard 2 cards from the top of the deck if we fail, but at least we don't lose a shield because we were attacking. And then we go ahead and move on to the next phase. So I draw 2, keep 1. And let's get rid of that one, keep that other card. And then let's see what the boss does. Hopefully he does not roll an axe, because we're not ready for this. And, oh cool, guess what? He did not roll an axe. So we're good. So we can go on to the next phase. And let's go ahead and try to replace that immediately with another warrior. So let's replace it with this big warrior here. And get a draw 2. Discard one of them. Let's keep that one. Let's keep that guy. Okay. So now his attack. Awesome. He rolled 2 X's and a bow. Did not get that axe he needed to attack us. Now it's our turn. Okay. So now let's try attacking. It's going to be hard to do. Let's see if we can do it. So we roll only 5 dice. Let's see what happens. Again, axe. Okay, we get the spear we need for this guy. That's great. Axe is great for him. We have the bow, 2 bows, and a spear. Okay, can't really use those for what we want. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss a card, this Texas card, to roll 2 additional dice. Let's go ahead and roll 2 additional dice. Okay, that still didn't help us for what we needed. Well, kind of. We got a shield. We don't have the sword, because if we activate those 2, that'll be 10 attack. That's all we need to add to our 25 to deal him a critical blow. So what I think we'll need to do is I'm going to toss this dice, discard that, to reroll the rest of them. We're looking for that sword. And we did not get that sword. 2 bows and an axe. We'll do it again. Did not get that again. Man, we're not having any luck here. Ugh, I don't want to... Yeah, you know what? I think I'll do it one more time. I do have another answer in my hand. Shield. So that was really not useful at all. So I have the ability adding +3 to our strength with a text card. So we have 10 here, or we have 5 here. Unfortunately, that's going to be short. So we're not going to be able to do it. Oh, we're just getting rocked here. Okay. What I'm going to do, you can move these anytime you want. That's fine. I'm going to move these around. I'm going to move them over to here. So at least we lose, but we'll send this guy to Valhalla. So we add 1 more point to our victory display. But even worse is we lose 2 cards, which I'm really not liking. Okay, so we lost again attacking him. We'll draw 2, discard 1. And then let's see what he rolls. Now, he'll probably attack us, knowing us. Oh, he did not. He did not roll the axe he needed, so great. We get another round. I need some more defenses. So let's lay down someone else, because we really want to have 4 clansmen, so he attacks for a huge amount. Let's replace him with another guy there. And then we draw 2, discard 1. And then see what he does. Yep, of course he does. Now Fenrir is going to attack us. So 34 attack coming our way. We can only roll 5 dice. So let's roll these 5 dice and see what happens. Okay, so we got an X. We have 3 shields and a sword. So that's a horrible roll. Absolutely horrible. Man, what can we do with that? Not much. Now we can always toss the X, which we might just do here to reroll the rest of the dice, because I don't think we need any. Well, we can keep 2 of these. Keep 2 of those, and then we'll see what happens. We're gonna be in trouble though, I think. So let's toss this dice and reroll these 2. We have 2 bows, which is definitely not what we want. So let's go and toss one of those. I think we're in trouble here. We have the sword. Yeah, that's definitely not what we want. I don't know of a way we can defend this attack. So we can try to send someone to Valhalla, but unfortunately I don't have the results I need to even send someone to Valhalla. So I think I think we're just gonna lose a shield, unfortunately. Lose another shield and another 2 cards. Yikes. So this is not looking too good. We clear this card, clear these, and we go to our next round. So now I think we just have to get some good cards here to roll. Let me look for, well, there's only so many cards left in the deck. Let's attack. We have to attack. We have to get past this. So let's roll a dice, see what we get. Okay, roll a lot of X's, which may not be so bad, because I do have a card in my hand that can help against that. So, we don't really need the bows at all. So let me toss, ooh, I need four of those to work. That's okay. We'll toss one of these. Yeah, we'll toss one of those to reroll this die. Got a bow again. Great. Okay, I don't like it, but I think it's the only thing we can do. So I'm going to use, I've got some tactics card. I'm going to play this +3. In order to do that, I have to discard a die from your pool to add 3. Cool. And I have another one, +4 strength, but I have to discard an axe specifically. Cool, discard the axe. So now we have 7 to our strength. We haven't activated any warriors. So what I'm going to do is I'll play another tactics card that lets me change the axes to any symbol I want. So what I can do is I can turn these axes into, or the X's to an axe and a sword. So we activate this guy for 4 strength. So we have 4 strength, +4 strength, +3 strength. So we're at 11 strength, plus our 26 is enough 37, which is greater than his 34. We finally beat this version, but I had to throw all my resources at him. So this one lonely warrior took down Fenrir and goes to Valhalla. He only has 1 victory point, only increases it up 1, unfortunately. Discard all those tactics, which really hurts because I was hoping to save this for later. And then we move on to the next stage. Now, this is the last card in his pile. We defeat this card, we win the game. So, we will draw 2 cards and discard 1, and we're getting low on that deck, so that's what's really making me nervous about this whole thing. Okay, let's see what he does. We roll his dice, and his ability says battle tactics with powers that of these types, so reroll twice or changing X's, can't be played in this battle. So it's probably a good thing I get rid of those tactics cards. We can't use them anyway. But we need 46 to take him out. It's going to be really hard to do. Okay, so he's looking for bows and swords. He received 1 sword and 1 bow. So, but luckily nothing else he needed, so that's good at least. So back to our turn, and I really need to make sure we have 4 guys there at all times. I'm going to lay down this big guy. 6 strength, but he gets 4 victory points. That's awesome. Okay, draw 2. Discard 1 of them. And let's see what the boss does. He got a bow, and he got a sword. Man! Jeez, I wasn't ready for that attack at this point. 46 coming to our 27. Oh, okay. Let me roll the dice, and then see what we get. I don't know if we can even defend this at this point. Okay, we rolled lots of bows. Wow, a ton of bows. 4 bows and 2 shields. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this. Okay, this isn't looking good. I think we're going to just take the blow, but if we can get lucky and send him to Valhalla with defending, I'll add 4 victory points to our display, which will help a lot. So, I think my goal is to lose this battle because I don't think there's any way I can do this. I want to save my resources for the attack because we're running low on cards. I'm worried that if I use my tactics cards now to defend, we won't have enough to actually attack and win the game. So we can use 2 of these bows and 1 shield to almost activate this guy, which is what I want. Unfortunately, I don't have the spear. So I'll toss one of these dice and see if we can get a spear with one of these dice. Did not, but we did get the axe, so that's not so bad. We can work with that. I have to toss a card, which I think I'm willing to do. I'll toss one of these cards for a special ability and turn this axe into that spear we need. So, we lost the battle, but we do get to send this warrior to Valhalla. So we lost a battle, we lose 2 cards, which really hurts us. And we lose a shield, so we're getting close to losing the game here. But we do get the score, the 4 victory points. Add to our score, that bumps us up to 31. Oops, 31. So we have 31, and then we clear the card here. Okay, so now we can jump to our next turn. So now I need to fill that void. Fill that void with this attacker. Now, the next thing at him is he needs a light blue on the opponent's side, which he does have because he has all the symbols now. Put 2 dice here. That activates him as a 2+3, so it's a 5 attacker. We also add 1 dice here. It's a 1+5, it's a 6 attacker. So with 3 dice, we can have 11 attack, which is awesome. So 11 attack with 3 dice, and I have 31 victory points right now. So that's going to put us to 42. We need to get 46. And I have another card in my hand, which says if we have less warriors than your opponent, you have +3 to our strength. We have 4 warriors, and there are 5 warrior symbols on here. So I can play this card for the +3 strength, and it's not one of those cards I can't play against them. So we are very close to being able to do this. Can't do it now because I played my card as my action. I didn't use my action to battle. We'll see what happens. But hopefully I can draw another battle tax card to help us next turn. So now we'll draw 2 cards and see which one of these keep. Look for text cards if possible. Of course I didn't get any. We're running low on cards. Only a few turns left. Okay. Let's see if Fenrir attacks us. Please don't attack us. Please don't attack us. He has a sword. He has a bow. And that's it. So he's not attacking us this turn. Good. Whew. Need that break. Okay, so now we need to activate a couple guys. We don't really have... You know what? Okay, looking at what we have out here, I think we're just going to go have some fun. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 cards and keep 1. Oh yeah, definitely keeping that card. And then at the end of the phase, we're going to draw 2 cards and keep 1. And now what happens, now that this deck is empty, it's got the Ragnarok symbol. So what that means is we jumped immediately to the end phase. So what happens in Ragnarok is you have one last battle. Now in a solo game, if this isn't the last card, you immediately lose. But it's the last card, so what we do is we immediately jump to battle. If we win the battle, we win the game. If we lose the battle, we lose the game. So I think this battle, if I understand correctly, happens outside the turn structure. So we just go straight into it right now. Okay, so let's grab our 6 dice. See we have enough to defeat him. I'll roll them. Okay, we really need to activate those 2 warriors. So let's see, we need a spear, which we did get, so awesome. That'll be 6 attack. That's great. We need a bow, which we have over here. That's awesome. We don't have another spear, so we do have the X. We can use the X. You know what? The cards are useless in my hand, so I might as well discard a card to turn this X into the spear we need. Okay. So with these 2 guys activated, he's 5 strength, he's 6 strength. That's 11 strength. 11 strength to our 42 or to our 31 strength is 42. So we need a little more than that. What I can do, luckily I drew those last cards. I added this tactics card. We have less warrior than him, which we do. We have 4 to his 5 plus 3 strength. But even better, bam! Another plus 6 strength. So final tally: 5 and 1 and 5 is 6. 11. 11 plus our 6 strength here is 17. 17 plus our 31, 48 strength. 46, boom! We just took him out in Ragnarok. Final turn of the game. And that, my friends, is Valhalla. I'll be putting a link to the Kickstarter, which is live now, in the description below. Hope you enjoy. Thanks. And I'll see you at the next stop.